welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. This is the first video that I actually sit down and film after I released my latest episode in my interior design and film series, where I talked about the apartment and the bookstore in the film You've Got Mail. I can't believe the incredible response that video has had. I've been going over every single comment and message that you guys have left on that video, and I've been loving reading your own experiences with the film and your thoughts about the video. It's been so wonderful. I wanted to thank you guys so much for your support. It truly means the world to me. I wanted to welcome all of the new faces into the channel. And for those who are following along for more interior design and film videos, don't worry, there's more to come. I'm super excited about the next one, which should be coming out next week, but I can't wait for you guys to check that one out. Now, in terms of today's video, it is actually the official first day of fall, so happy fall, everyone. For those of you who don't know, fall is my absolute favorite season. I love creating content during this time, and I love decorating my apartment for fall. So, in today's video, I thought I would show you guys how to welcome fall into your own space, how to introduce a new season into your own home. I'm gonna be giving you guys some tips and tricks, things you can do, some changes, smaller or bigger things with a huge impact. And I'm gonna be showing you some changes that I've personally done into my own space to welcome fall into my own apartment. For me, it's really important to show that you really don't have to spend a lot of money or make so many changes into your own space to welcome a new season, whether that's fall or other. And there's just little things that you can do here and there to really make your space feel like it's incorporating the new season. So what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna walk you guys through my own apartment and show you all the little changes that I have done. We're gonna be going over my dining room, my living room, and my bedroom. On today's video, we're gonna be focusing on changes you can make specifically through textiles, artwork, florals, patterns, the color palette, and even scents. So without further ado, let's walk around my apartment and talk about these changes. I wanted to start with, in my opinion, what's one of the most effective ways to incorporate fall into your space, and actually one of the most affordable ways, and that is through florals. I have a lot of faux plants inside my apartment and faux flowers. I tend to not use real ones because I do have a cat and I just don't want to risk him biting into them or getting into any of them. So I do opt for faux florals. But when I think of fall, I think of warmer toned plants, flowers, dried florals, plants. So I'm gonna show you guys how I actually incorporated this into my own space. Right behind me, I have a console table where I have an Indian wooden vase, and I used to have some faux plants in it, but I thought that incorporating some dry florals would be the perfect way to introduce fall and just give it a new life. Now, this is the vase that I have. I actually picked this out from a park nearby, and they're just dry flowers that had dried over the summer. It gets really hot here in LA, so they dried beautifully. And I actually have kind of the same arrangement, but done in a smaller vase on top of my fireplace, which I've had for about 2 years, and they've held up amazingly. So I know that these can hold up for a long time, and I just love the way they look. And you can see with the tones, the browns and the yellows, that it really does bring a lot of warmth into this space, and it just gives fall, in my opinion. Let me show you another vase where it did the same thing. So right behind me, I have the mantelpiece on top of my fireplace, and here I have the other example that I was telling you guys about the dried flowers that I got. These I've had for about 2 years, and you can see that they've held up beautifully. They are in this vintage vase that I love, and you can see the color palette is very neutral. So these actually do work year round, and you don't have to be swapping them out. Again, I've actually have had these for 2 years, and I do not swap them out. I think they look beautiful in the apartment and they work all year round. But it is good to have it when fall is coming around the corner, and it really just makes kind of the outside come into your apartment. It incorporates that color palette that you see when you're walking outside during the season. So I think it looks beautiful, and it's just another way that I've incorporated this color palette through the flowers in my apartment. For the last example of florals that I'm going to show you is actually right here on my console table in my bedroom. I actually put some dry branches on a vase. And it is such an easy way to incorporate the season into your space. I just picked these up. They were actually on the ground at a park that I went to, and I grabbed them, styled them in my space, and I love the way that they look. It's a look that you see all the time online, and I have never tried it before. And it really just brings an organic feel into the space. It feels really elevated. It brings that organic shape, and it just elevates the room. Even the vases, it just gives it a grand feel. So it's something that you can recreate super easily, super cheap, or even free. And it's a look that can be really easily accessible, but make a really big impact into your space. So I love the way that this one turned out. Now I want to tell you guys how I've incorporated fall into my space through the use of textiles. In this case, I'm considering textiles anything with a fabric or a pattern that could be either a rug, a throw pillow, a throw blanket, bigger pieces such as the upholstery on a couch or an accent table or an ottoman, and show you guys through the use of those fabrics and textiles how I incorporated the new season. This first one is this pillow that I actually made with my friend Ashley. This is a beautiful fabric that I believe I got at Joann's. You can see me making this pillow with my friend on my latest Thrift Flips video. It's so much fun. I definitely recommend checking it out. But I'm gonna talk about color palette in a little bit. But as you can see, I incorporated these warmer tones, these kind of stitching and pattern that adds a lot of visual interest because of the texture. And when it comes to fall, I really like keeping things very neutral. I like incorporating browns and beiges and rusty reds and burnt oranges. It's these kind of tones that really do help sell the feel that autumn gives us. So this is just the first pillow. Then I have this one that I actually have year round because it can also kind of work with spring and summer. I love this pillow. Is a little bit lighter. It has the tassels. It adds that texture again, and keeping it very neutral. Then I have this other pillow. Most of these pillows, these two are from the Studio Mickey collection with Target. I've had them for a while, and as you can see, everything ties in so beautifully together, and I just really feel like these do help sell the idea of fall. And then for throw blankets, I want to show you guys these two that I have. Again, you can see everything is very cohesive. It feels very warm and cozy. It gives you that added element that you can easily incorporate into your space to welcome the new season. And then this last one that I absolutely love, again, it's from Target. I believe it's from the fall collection of last year. And I just love the color and the feel of this one. It feels so luxurious, and it adds such a beautiful visual interest into the space. There's so many ways you can style these on the side of a couch or an accent chair. You can throw the pillows on a couch or a chair or a bench. There's so many ways you can style these, and these textiles are things that you can actually keep all year round because of how neutral they are, but they really do help sell the idea that autumn is here, and I just love the way that they look and how warm they make a space feel. Something that goes hand in hand with textiles is textures. I want to show you guys a few new textures that I incorporated into my space for the new season. This first one is these little candle holders. I love the tones that they have. They are marble, and they have these burnt oranges and red veining in them, and they add so much texture, so much visual interest, and I love the way that these look styled in my bedroom. They go beautifully with the plum walls that I recently painted, and this color palette just screams fall to me. It's such an easy way to incorporate it, so it is a great texture to add through stone or marble. When I think of fall, I really think of warmth and adding cozy elements into your space. So something as simple as a wicker, some baskets, jute, anything like that could really help sell that idea. It just brings a lot of dimension into your space. Now, this next find is actually one of my all-time favorite finds. I went into Home Goods one day, and as soon as I saw these, I knew that I had to snatch them up. But it's these two vintage looking vases. You see this kind of look all the time online, used by designers, and when I saw them, I couldn't believe it. I saw them at Home Goods again. This one I believe was $16, and then this one was $24. which is such an amazing price for such a big size. And this adds so much texture. I love the way that it incorporates the terracotta and these burnt oranges, but then the glazy orange and the glaze green on top of them. It just adds a lot of dimension into the space. And again, it incorporates fall so beautifully and so effortlessly. I love the way that these look styled in my room. This one is the one that I have styled with the branches that I showed you guys earlier. And finally, when I think of fall, I really do think of brass metal. This is a unlacquered brass towel rod that I actually thrifted just a couple of days ago in Santa Barbara. I went to Santa Barbara for the very first time. You guys will super soon see why. But I love using brass during fall, whether that's through candlestick holders or rods like this, lamps, anything like that. I think that brass adds such a beautiful warmth into your space. And for some reason, I relate it to fall. So this is a cool little find that I really wanted to show you guys. And I'm gonna actually be using this probably in my kitchen, doing a little transformation / DIY with it. I think it's gonna be a beautiful hanging rack for decor elements, maybe mugs, measuring cups. We'll see what we do with it, but I love, love, love this one, and I had to share it with you guys. Artwork is such an easy and effective way to transform your space for fall. You can easily just swap out prints that you already have framed for new ones that you find either on Etsy or anywhere online, and that's such an affordable and easy way to just quickly make a big impact and a big change. I love thrifting for artwork or new frames or canvases. Fall is also a great season to find amazing pieces at stores such as Home Goods, Target, for new artwork and prints that you can incorporate your space that really do work year round. I wanted to show you guys a couple that I got that I love incorporating into my space, and I feel like they truly give off that fall vibe. This first two are two that I bought from Studio McGee at Target, and then the last one that I'm going to show you is one that I painted myself. For those of you who don't know, I've actually painted most of the paintings in my house except for a couple here and there, but I just love creating my own artwork. I try to find affordable canvases or frames and then just making my own art to insert into them. Let me show you guys. The first one is this one that I recently got. This is my most recent purchase. This is actually from the Magnolia Fall 2024 collection. I love the tones in this one and I loved the frame. This to me just screams fall, and I think it is so perfect. I got this one for my bedroom makeover. If you haven't seen it yet, I did an extreme fall bedroom makeover. There's 2 parts up on my channel, and I just love the way that this one looks in that room. Then the next one I believe I got last year. This one's from the Studio McGee at Target Fall 2023 collection. And it's a simple print of a horse, but again, the shades and the color palette, the tones, just to me scream fall, and I loved the frame of this one too. Both of these paintings that I just showed you guys were really affordable, and I found them at Target. And then this last one is one that I actually painted myself. I thrifted the frame and I gave it an antique look, and then I painted the landscape myself. I just love the way that this one looks, and again, the color palette, everything just connects and goes hand in hand so beautifully and helps sell the idea for fall. Now, talking about thrifting, I think that fall is the perfect season to go thrifting for new pieces. Most thrift stores curate the most beautiful displays when it comes to this season, and it's my all-time favorite time to go shopping. So I actually went thrifting the other day, and even though I didn't get anything, I found some incredible things, so I wanted to share it with you. So check it out. $49 each. These are gorgeous. $245, but it's really cute. The table is 245. These are 49, and then that one's 59. I like the mirror too, the frame on that mirror. These wall sconces are everything. They're so beautiful. Even these feather down pillows for summer. I love these. If you have more of a coastal home, these are very Nancy Myers, $29 each. But the wall sconces are beautiful, and the little knickknacks. I love this whole display, you guys. The gingham. The sideboard is 1,250. So beautiful. I love this table for 125. That desk is beautiful, 195. 26. This chair is everything, you guys. How beautiful is this tapestry? It's a handmade needlepoint tapestry. It says it's manufactured in France. It is $2,450, $2,450. It is beautiful. Not in our budget, we're not gonna get it, but it's so beautiful. This is from the new Studio McGee Target collection, you guys. How is it already at a thrift store for $22? Like, this is brand new from Target, everyone. That's funny. I love the frame prints of the horses up there. Those are $49. I love those. I really dig the shape of this mirror. It is $65. It's iron. The frame is iron. I love it. Here's more of those horse prints I'm obsessed with. $50 each. But I believe yellow tags are 50% off, so these would be $25. I'm not loving the base of these lamps, but I love the pleated shape on these. These are super pretty, very traditional look, but the bases are a little ornate for me. Cute are these for $5? Are these little lampshades? This is all very French countryside. I am loving this side table. It has little wheels, $85. The wood, the raw wood on this is beautiful with the handles. Really pretty. Layering with books like this is so good for styling. I love it. Probably the easiest, fastest, and most effective way to incorporate fall into your home is through the use of scents. I love using candles or even essential oils in my house to really give me that fall vibe and feel. These two candles I actually bought from Threshold at Target, and I love the way they smell. This one especially is my favorite. Fall scents don't just have to be pumpkin and apple. This one's actually my all-time favorite. I love burning this one in my room. It is the smoked cinnamon and hickory from Threshold. And as soon as I light this one up, it just feels like fall in my space. I love the way that it smells. And then I also got this other candle, which is Cookie Exchange. Now this one is a little bit sweeter, but I do love the smell of it. And they have so many options at Target for you guys to choose from. And not just Target, but anywhere else. Candles and essential oils are such an easy way to help sell the idea because of the smells. I just feel like it transports me into another space, and it just brings a lot of coziness, and it is the perfect way to incorporate the new season. So I do recommend this one. I also love the vessels, the gradient, the red and the brown just go perfectly with the color palette that I have going on in my apartment. And again, it's just such an easy way to transform your space through smells. Now, lastly, I want to talk about color palette. Color palette is so important when it comes to swapping out and transforming your space from season to season. It can be a very individual thing, but we usually connect and relate certain colors to different seasons. For me, when it comes to the color palette that I love using during fall, not only does it have to be neutral, but it has to be very rich and have a lot of depth. Like I said before, I love using browns, whether that's some shades of beige, lighter browns, or deeper chocolatey browns. I love using reds and purples. I've incorporated a lot of plum shades into my space, especially here in my bedroom with my latest makeover. Deep greens, I think that the deeper the color, the more it helps sells this idea of fall. But I'm putting right here on the screen some of my favorite colors that I love using around my space. Now, the way you incorporate these colors is totally up to you. You can either do it through artwork, through the textiles like we mentioned, the patterns. You can do throw pillows or throw blankets. You can do it through the upholstery. You can do it through paint. I painted my walls recently, and that just really helps set the mood. I love the way that I've been able to incorporate the shades throughout the apartment and just really think of different ways that I can make small changes have a really big impact. And that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed following along as I walk you through my place and I showed you how I incorporated fall into my own home. I hope you guys got some ideas of what you can do to welcome the new season into your own space. I can't wait to hear all about it down in the comments. I am so excited for all the fall content that I have planned for you guys in the upcoming weeks. I can't wait to share everything with you. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and you can hit the bell button to be notified every single time I make a new upload. That way you don't miss any of my videos. But that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.